What's up, folks? My name is Melvin, and welcome back to this amazing place that we call the internet. Loot boxes, loot boxes, loot boxes, loot boxes. I've been saying that title, that name, that thing that has been infecting the video game industry for quite a while on a podcast that I do for the school that I go to. I was at that time I was just talking about news that was going gaming news, and loot boxes were just popping up everywhere, and they're still popping up somewhat. This time it's in Germany, and there's rumors that in 2019 there might be loot box legislation. Now, what do I personally think about loot boxes? Well, I think that the majority of loot boxes that have been made do not improve the gaming experience, and I think you should only spend your money on things that improve the gaming experience. Even if it is skins, as long as it improves the gaming experience, then good for you and go get them. But to me, since I don't think skins do improve the gaming experience, I don't like them. So that's my opinion. But on the podcast, I've actually had quite a few people actually say in favor to loot boxes and say that they actually do enjoy the experience of opening them. And if they enjoy the experience, I personally don't care, but I'm glad they're spending their money in the way that they want to, because that's what capitalism is all about. And I do love me some capitalism. Anyways, yes, so some of the main loot boxes that, like some of the main game titles that have been controversied because of their loot boxes is Overwatch, and I think it's just because of the popularity of it all. Overwatch is immensely popular, but then another reason because you don't know what you're getting with Overwatch loot boxes. You don't know what skin you're getting, and people have problems with it. Again, even though I don't play Overwatch, I have a problem with them. I think people should know what they get. And if they don't know, then in a way, it's kind of like gambling. In a way, it's like even though those raffles at those things, like even though kids can buy it, that's still gambling in a way, because you don't know your odds, you don't know your chances. It's simple, it's harmless for the most part. It's still gambling though, and people, countries just like Germany are trying to sort of control it. Maybe have Overwatch be 18 and older. I don't know what the game rating is currently. I could actually look that up right now. But again, they're trying to legislate that, whether or not it's for kids or not. So this might affect actually some smartphone games, if those smartphone games have sort of loot box types where you don't know what you're getting. So we don't know. It's actually right now, I just looked it up real quick, and it's rated T for teen. So it might have to be rated M because of the loot boxes. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what Germany is really doing, but I can read some of it. The German Youth Protection Commission announced that they are considering an outright ban on loot boxes in video games. This decision came after research conducted by the University of Hamburg. They found too many elements of gambling in video games. Primarily, it promoted gambling to audiences that could be children and adolescents. Again, in my opinion, I don't think the game itself should be responsible for managing gambling in children. I think that is always the parents' decision to do that. I think the parents need to control kids if they're gambling. But again, this is a rated T for teen game, and if gambling is for 18-year-olds, then maybe there should be something. I don't agree with a complete legislation. Maybe just more warnings when you buy the game, more walls of access. But I think if you're 13 and you want to buy loot boxes, I don't think that should be illegal. I don't think that should be a problem. I think that's between you and your parent. I don't think the German government should, be in charge of that. I personally don't think so. But, this is, I don't know. Let's see. Let's try to think for a little bit. What kind of effect will this have on the gaming industry? Well, it will affect. Essentially, the only thing I think it will affect is how we call it. Maybe they'll call it a different name from loot boxes. So this legislation would have to be very, very specific. It would either have to affect microtransactions in general, or only affect loot boxes. If it only affects loot boxes, it's not going to affect the industry at all. They'll just give it a different name, and it'll eventually turn into something different. But if they affect microtransactions, then that will change the entire game. That will be affecting a lot of stuff in a lot of ways that people or companies make money through their games. They don't make the majority of their money through the sell of the game. They, as EA said and as Activision have said, if you see, like, nearly half of what they make from a game, or what they make in general, is from microtransactions. So I don't know. Is Germany going to affect microtransactions or only loot boxes? If it's only loot boxes, it's not really going to be a big deal. If it's microtransactions, whoa. EA and Activision, you're going to have to say goodbye to Germany, which maybe is not a big deal for them. Maybe they don't care because Germany might be a small, it's a small country compared to like the United States and China that focus, and even Korea, where it's like they focus way more on games and gaming is way a bigger part of the culture. So we don't know. This might just be Germany being on the outside again, because I know that Germany's on the outside when it comes to YouTube, because a lot of their YouTube videos they can't watch because it's copyrighted or something like that, and then those videos have to be removed or unplayable in Germany. So it might be that situation where it's just only affecting the citizens of Germany instead of really protecting kids. I really don't know. All right, so I don't know what you guys think, but I would love to hear them in the comments below. I've been Melvin. I hope you have a wonderful time, whether on or off the internet. Take care.